Kendrick Lamar has put out the Not Like Us music video, thus putting an exclamation point on the already fizzled out beef between himself and Drake. Now everybody knows that Kendrick won this feud, but who would really think that there'd be any comeback for Drake? Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications so you can see more great videos like this. I'm Cypher, I'm an artist myself, and I listen to music so you don't have to. Well, a lot of people thought that the beef was over because the comments and the disses were done, but Kendrick Lamar still continues to fuel this single with his performance at Amazon and also with this music video. So we're gonna go over the 6 things that Drake could have done to win this beef. Number 1, don't respond at all. This is basically Drake's fault. So Kendrick took his shot and dissed Drake and Cole on that song Like That with Future and Metro Boomin. Now it was up to Drake to just let it go, and it was up to Cole to let it go. Well, Drake didn't let it go. Drake decided to take this opportunity to really go in at Kendrick. And if he had just ignored it, then Kendrick would be in the same spot he's been in, and Drake would be in the same spot he's been in. Drake was literally number 1 before all this happened. So it's really Drake's fault for indulging in what Kendrick would put out as a mousetrap. Because if he didn't say anything, then it just would have been a loss of words. Nobody would care, nobody would think twice, nobody would pressure Drake into saying anything. It would just be another Kendrick shot. So that's on Drake. Number 2, don't underestimate, obliterate. Drake had the problem of dissing Kendrick in the first place with push-ups, and then hit him with a follow-up record which was full of AI with West Coast legends like Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Which, look, the thing is, Drake underestimated Kendrick. He didn't think that Kendrick would come back like he did, and he didn't think Kendrick would even make this thing as strategic as it was. Drake, in his mind, treated all this like a game. Kendrick was just doing his thing to respond. That was Drake's mentality. If Drake had took this thing serious like Kendrick did, then all this wouldn't happen. This is Drake's fault. Remember, if he hadn't underestimated Kendrick, he wouldn't be in this situation. If he had really put the hammer down on Kendrick like he should have, then this wouldn't happen. He thought he was doing it with the 2 disses, but the second diss flopped because he tried to overdo the strategy part by bringing to life West Coast legends to diss Kendrick to really double down on the fact that Kendrick ain't living up to whatever. That wasn't the right call. He should have just did his own record twice. Did push-ups, did another one. That's all he had to do. If he wanted to, he really should have did push-ups and then Family Matters at once. Then that really would have smited Kendrick. Because if he didn't do that, since he didn't do that, Family Matters came out at a time when it pretty much got overshadowed by Meet the Grams. So if he had only doubled down on Kendrick early and not gave him time and spread it out, then Kendrick wouldn't be able to come back like he did. Number 3, make a pop record. Yeah, Drake, you're Drake. Drake it up, make a pop record. Nobody cares. We know who you are and we know how you get down. We know the songs that you've made. We know the songs that you make. We know that you're no longer a rapper. You are a brand. Make a pop record and diss Kendrick on it. If you did that, there's nothing Kendrick could have done. He would have just dropped a pop record all of a sudden. He would have got laughed out the yard. People would have looked at Kendrick like, come on, bro. Really? A pop record? You trying to compete with Drake on a pop record? Man, sit down. Drake won. That would have happened, but no. Drake had to go to hip-hop, which is Kendrick's lane. If you want to be honest, Kendrick is full-fledged in and out hip-hop guy, rap guy, battle rap guy. You can go through all the different subgenres. That's Kendrick's lane. Drake, rapping is not your main lane. Your main lane is hits. Okay? So if you had put out a Hotline Bling to diss Kendrick, you could have did that. You could have did a freaking Hotline Bling / One Dance singing about Kendrick's girl Whitney. You could have did something like that, and there's nothing Kendrick could have done because people would have trolled that situation and been like, dang, Drake over here making love records to Kendrick's woman. They ain't even stunning Kendrick, and Kendrick couldn't do nothing about that. Come on. And that just leads to the next one. Number 4, don't make mistakes. That was your mistake, and the first mistake you made was doing that Tupac and Snoop diss. You shouldn't have did that. You were overdoing it. You were doing too much. You were being petty. You were really making something more than it should have been. It was an episode between you and him. It was a battle between you and Kendrick. It was a series between yourself and Kendrick Lamar. And you decided to bring out some West Coast legends that weren't even there. And what made it worse, because if you had actually had real West Coast legends on there that are alive today do it, it might have been different. But the fact that you used AI for Snoop and Pac and rapped like yourself in the AI, that made it worse. That's what made it flop. You could have at least rapped like Pac or rapped like Snoop. You rapped like yourself but with their voice. That just made it worse. That was your fault. You made that mistake and you didn't strategize right. And that's also made you lead to doing Family Matters at a time where Kendrick Lamar was dropped like 40 minutes after, which overshadowed Family Matters. You can't make mistakes like that when you're going against somebody that great. I get it, Drake. I know what you were thinking. You would win regardless. And if it was anybody else, literally anybody else, that would have worked. But this is Kendrick Lamar. This is the guy who is the best in the epitome of rap. You can't do that with him. You can't do that with everybody. You see where everybody's at right now. Not Like Us. The music video that just dropped got 1 million views in 26 minutes, which doesn't make sense. It literally is breaking records as we speak. So yeah, you can't make mistakes, bro. Number 5, troll Kendrick, diss others. That leads to my first one, because if you had ignored Kendrick, if you had took the situation, addressed it, but ignored Kendrick and dissed everybody else, that's what would have made you get one up on Kendrick. See, the fact is, you took shots at Kendrick, The Weeknd, A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross, etc. You took shots at all these people, but they fell flat because ultimately people were comparing you to Kendrick, because Kendrick only aimed at you. So it's more so like there was no point. It was in vain, because all the shots you took didn't hold any weight because Kendrick was taking you out. He wouldn't worry about nobody else. He threw those, somewhere in between subliminals. But you talking about everybody else? You talking about Pharrell? Nobody cares. They want to know what you guys say about Kendrick. So the fact that you dissed them and Kendrick, it fell flat. You should just diss them. If you was gonna bring them in, you should just diss them, and to where if you didn't say nothing about Kendrick, it would have made Kendrick seem like he was just not that important. You said 21 got him slide. You can say 21 got him wiped down. Travis Scott, SZA. You should have made everybody else feel that much more important by dissing the ones that you was talking about, like Pharrell, The Weeknd, Rick Ross, and not diss Kendrick. That's what would have really got under his skin, because he would have felt like he should be involved in that. You should have did that. And number 6, get Lil Wayne involved. And look, people might look at that as cheating. Look, Drake, when you're that desperate against somebody that can take you out, sometimes that's just what you gotta do. You have to play a little dirty. If you had took Wayne and put him on there, that would have smoked the whole situation, because not only is Wayne somebody Kendrick looks up to, Wayne is a lyrical mastermind. Wayne would have picked apart Kendrick. He probably would have said some random stuff, but he's still, you and Wayne as a duo against somebody, no chance, right? But here's the issue, and Kendrick knows this. That's why he made that line and basically told everybody how you pretty much played Wayne. Everybody knew it, but he just as a reminder. But he also said, if you have a problem, you might want to get Wayne. He invited you to do that, and he did it because he know that you can't. And why can't you? Because maybe y'all not as cool as people think, which is why I made that video. Make sure y'all check it out. That was my 6 reasons, or 6 ways Drake could have beat Kendrick. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and all that. And I'll see y'all next time on the next episode. Peace.